Ryan?
Police out of Providence, Rhode Island, just releasing brand new images. Take a look closely here, hoping that the public can step in and really help them piece this all together. Investigators now saying they don't know if that gunman is still in the Providence area or if they have now fled the state. Investigators are working to really reconstruct the suspect's movements here in this newly released video, both before and after the deadly shooting. A $50,000 reward now being offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction.
I want to remind you that this is a very active investigation, very complex investigation, and it's the dedicated work of the men and women of the Providence Police Department, the Detective Division, the Community Response Team, the Special Response Team. It's all hands on deck, and there's no one that wants to put this individual in handcuffs than us.
And today we also learned the identities here of the two students who were killed, a foreign exchange student and Ella Cook, a sophomore from the state of Alabama.
She was a just incredibly grounded and generous and faithful and bright light, both here at the Advent over many years as she was engaged and involved in our worship and our community.
Now,
what I do know is that Brown's grieving, I'm grieving, just a ball of joy. Ball of energy. The loss of him would be felt throughout this community because his soul truly did reverberate throughout the community.
Now back out to campus. Flowers and signs are out along Hope Street there, just feet away from the actual crime scene, the engineering building where that deadly shooting took place.
And right now, investigators pursuing new leads in their desperate search for the gunman who opened fire in a Brown University classroom, killing two students. The FBI has released new video, new pictures, and increased the reward for any information leading to an arrest. The community right now, as you can imagine, on edge. They're also frustrated during this massive manhunt as we learn more about the victims. Mohammed Aziz Uzmerkov was living in Virginia. He was a talented musician and aspiring brain surgeon whose family had immigrated from Uzbekistan years ago. Sophomore Ella Cook, she was from Alabama. She was the vice president of the Brown College Republicans chapter, remembered by her hometown church as a bright light.
She made her mark at Mountain Brook High School. She was making her mark at Brown University.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. It's Tuesday, December 16th, and we do start this morning with the latest out of Providence, Rhode Island, where authorities are hoping some new video can lead to an arrest. We want to get right to Mark Boyle at the live desk with the latest on this. And Mark, now that we see some of this new video, we can see more of the details, this suspect's stocky build, and the fact that this video was taken hours before that shooting, which of course leads to the belief they've been able to track this guy to see where he came from, and perhaps even more videos they're hoping will now come to light from the public, maybe some ring camera video or something.
And that's what they're hoping for. By releasing this video, somebody might see something, say something. He was wearing a mask the entire time, so his face not crystal clear. This morning, Providence police are still tracking down leads, Jan, that could help them find this man and bring him into custody, accused of shooting and killing students there, 2 of them leaving 9 injured. Now, in the past 24 hours, investigators have released some new videos. This is the person of interest. A ring camera video here released, one example of many. Take a good look as detectives are trying to figure out who this man is, wearing the mask and the black beanie. Police describe him about 5'8" with a stocky build.
What do you think he was doing? Was he staking out the area? Because this was the day before the shootings, correct?
Correct. And so,
that's it. So hours before, days
So
before.
it was a few hours before, and I'll tell you that at this point, that's all we have. So it was a few hours before. What he was doing, we'll be able to find out.
Now, the renewed search for the suspects come a day after police say they had a person of interest in custody, but ultimately released that person because they had the wrong person locked up. Meantime, the memorial for the victims continues to grow on campus. Brown students Ella Cook and Mohammed Umerzakov were all killed in that attack. These are some videos coming in. They say the man here was inspired by medical profession. He wanted to be a brain surgeon, while Cook was a top member of the university's conservative group. Some of her friends in Alabama remembering her this morning.
She was radiant. You know, the customers that would come in here, she was so, connected with the community. It's like she would come in and people would know her name, they would know her face. They knew that was Ella Cook.
Now we'll stay on top of the story as news breaks. We'll bring it to you again. The search for the killer continues.
cameras in the hallway, but they don't show the suspect, or Brown is not releasing them, or you're not releasing them to us. How does a multi-million-dollar school not have a bunch of cameras in the hallway?
Why isn't there more video or metadata? And were those cameras all operational?
Yeah, I can't speak to what was operational or wasn't.
Yeah, you hear all the questions there. Outrage at Brown University. Students and parents beyond frustrated with Rhode Island officials now 4 days after a gunman killed 2 students inside a classroom and then just walked away and remains on the loose this morning. As rumors run rampant online, top brass at the university getting pummeled with questions and grave concerns. Yesterday, the FBI released a new video timeline showing this person of interest before and after the shooting, even walking by responding officers. National News Desk's Leanna Falk reports from Providence.
Multiple angles tracing the steps of the person of interest.
Hiding in plain sight.
Providence police releasing their clearest views yet, captured mostly on home security cameras, walking, doubling back, and at times running across Providence's east side hours before the shooting.
That is the behavior that perpetrators will do with pre-attack surveillance.
Police now believe the individual, dressed in a two-toned black and green jacket, wearing a hat and face mask, was casing the area for hours, possibly days or weeks. Officials say the person was spotted as early as 10:30 Saturday morning.
His activity is very consistent with target surveillance, which then leads to target acquisition. And then from there, if he mobilizes, in this case, which he did, he would carry out the attack.
The FBI's edited timeline shows the individual walking east on Manning Street just after 2 p.m. Saturday, turning south on Cook, retracing steps on Benevolent, then running east toward Cook again around 2:30. At one point, he's seen walking north on Cook before quickly turning around, and a second individual follows. And after the shooting, minutes after 4, dashcam footage shows him passing a Providence police cruiser before turning onto Hope. His appearance consistent until just before 3, when he's spotted now wearing a crossbody satchel.
It's very important that, the bushes be checked, behind fencing, behind trash canisters.
Investigators now asking residents and businesses to rewind their cameras even further, at least a week back, and check for any familiar quirks or consistencies.
He puts his hands behind his back as he's processing. Those are all consistent behavior patterns that people could pick on.
In Providence, Leanna Falk reporting.
Now to that manhunt in Providence, Rhode Island, where it's now 5 days since the deadly mass shooting at Brown University and still no suspect in custody, just surveillance images and videos. And now we are learning a new attempt from police to drum up leads. Investigators putting out a couple of new photos. This is not the suspect. This is just somebody that they want to talk to here. Keep in mind, this is what police say is somebody that was near the suspect, and they're trying to track this person down. Police say they could possibly have information that's key to this investigation. Authorities say they are running down every single possible lead right now.
Information comes in. It could come in from the tip line. The team runs it to ground. They rely on other evidence, the flock cameras that the colonel referenced, other electronic data that Amanda's referring to, and you can rule that person in or out. When that person's is ruled out, you move on to the next one.
Now, I want to show you a map that investigators have released. This is an area around the school. The areas in green are the locations where the key suspect was just before the shooting. Right here, you see the green on the map. The red areas highlighted, that's after the shooting. And then this big blue box, essentially, that's the neighborhood, the area of focus, if you will, where they're trying to track down information, surveillance video, pictures, anything at all. They just do not have the information they need right now to bring them to that suspect and the killer. Investigators are now expanding their search to surrounding communities and towns. Again, not the suspect here. This is a photo release of somebody they'd like to track down to question this morning. Monitoring the search and any updates if they break this morning, we'll have it for you right here at the Live Desk.